Has this ever happened to you? Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're planning on going to a post-apocalyptic event. You just watched Furiosa. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling good. You're thinking about making your costume. You want to look the part. You want your kit to be solid. You don't want to look like trash. Maybe a little bit like trash, but like purposeful trash. So what do? You hop online. You're checking out everybody's stuff. I mean, it can't be that expensive, right? It's a torn up t-shirt. I mean, it can't be that pricey, right? It's just some torn up clothes.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there. What the?
You know, these post-apocalyptic events, you're cosplaying misery. It shouldn't have to suck in real life. What if I told you that you don't have to spend 65 bucks for a torn up t-shirt or some ragged ass boots that look like they just gave someone trench-borne illness over at Burning Man? That's right, nerds. This is how to be a broke boy wastelander. So today I'm going to be making a budget-friendly kit with budget-friendly clothes and budget-friendly tools. I'm not going to be like busting out the sewing machine for this episode. This is very basic. You know, we're talking basic tools, basic techniques for basic bitches. First, you want to just head to the thrift store. I'm talking Goodwill. I'm talking Value Village. I'm not one of these vintage resellers. You know, they have some cool stuff, but I'm sorry, I'm not buying your dad's bowling shirt for 50 bucks. And yes, I know I don't have the mullet anymore. These have been filmed at some different times. Things have changed. There's no longer any party in the back. It's just business now. When you're in there, start thinking about the kind of look you want to put together. You can't do too much pre-planning whenever you're going into thrift stores. It's kind of a get what you get, right? And it's kind of fun when you are walking through and checking stuff out. You can kind of build an idea as you go. You kind of get trapped if you end up doing too much planning beforehand because you're setting yourself up for possibly being disappointed that you didn't get the one piece that would tie it together or whatever. Just improvise. Make it fun. I don't know, it's fun. I like that part. I like stumbling upon stuff and going, oh wait, I can actually do this, or oh wait, I can add this. Oh wait, you know what? I'm being a completely different style. It's fun. Have fun. This is for fun. Oh, also one of my favorite things to do, if you find something that you like that is really cool, but you're not really sure what you're gonna do with it. Usually, things look the best in post-apocalyptic and sci-fi situations when you wear it wrong. When you wear that item wrong. I'll talk about this more later. Shoes are more of a function over fashion. I mean, maybe don't show up with just tennis shoes on, but like have some hiking boots or some work boots you have, walk a trail with it, you know, get them a little dirty, run with those. If they're comfy and broken in, rock those. You are on your feet a lot at these events. You don't really want to be running with something that's going to hurt. No one's going to be coming for you for your shoes. And if they are, once you have your clothes, then you can go and grab your tools.
I have to have my tools!
Again, this isn't specialized stuff. This is basic stuff. You should be able to get a lot of this at most hardware stores. Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Lowe's. So your first one is a Sureform. It's a Sureform. This thing, you use this to take off like burrs off of lumber, right? Next, you're gonna wanna grab a wire brush. The stiffer the bristles, the better. Next, you wanna grab a couple of files. One with more fine teeth and another one with very aggressive, gnarled teeth. Next, fabric paint. This you can kind of, you know, get creative with it. You don't have to get the colors that I get. My favorite base for a lot of these costumes is earthy and dark tones, browns, greens, grays. You're supposed to look dirty. You're supposed to look kind of funky. You're supposed to look gross. Now, this one is just for my specific setup, and I'll talk about what I used it for, but I'm a big fan of chrome spray paint. You can make objects look like metal that aren't metal. Cool. You have your clothes. You have your tools. Let's make them look like they're ruined. All right. So step one, you want to grab that Sureform that you got and kind of just go to town. It's great for grabbing threads and doing like serious damage to cloth. I mean, like I said, this thing is used for like deburring and shaping lumber. These clothes are not gonna stand a chance against it. It gives the garment like a busy look. It draws threads out, makes it look aged and old and kind of like it's falling apart. And the way that it damages the fabric, it makes it look not very intentional, which is cool. You know, you're not supposed to look like you've been attacked by a pair of scissors. It's supposed to be looking like you've been wearing this garment for weeks, days, whatever, and it's just been kind of falling off of you. Oh, also, be aware of these little side teeth on the side of the Sureform. That is like heavy damage level. It's really good for adding really large, violent, gnarly cuts, but it can kind of get away from you if you aren't careful.
Oh my God, it's so juicy!
So make sure to hit the seams of the clothing. Really draw out the fibers and the threads to make it look damaged. The seams are really one of the main things that, like, if you miss hitting those, it gets really, you can see the difference, you know? You can see that, hey, those seams look pretty healthy while the rest of the shirt's pretty chewed up. Hit your seams. Now, real quick, going back to mullet me, I had started this video before I had moved. Little quick explanation about this cheetah shirt. I had already started working on it for this project, and I had already taken the sleeves off before I started filming it where I'm at now, but that was the only difference. I really messed with it. After that, you're gonna bust out your wire brush. Looking back, I wish that I purchased a stiffer bristled brush, but this one worked for the budget. It just took a little bit more work than I would have liked, but that's fine. So the brush, you're gonna wanna hit the spots that you already damaged with the Sureform. It pulls out even more of those fibers, so it's not just holes and rips. The edges of those holes and rips start ending up looking kind of even more aged, I guess. It looks like it's not a fresh cut. It looks like those threads have been pulled out, you know? It looks like it's through time of you being in this garment that it kind of is falling apart in a natural way. You're really going for that like fluffed out look, if that makes sense. So for the files, I found that using the little fine-toothed one on the metal bits of your clothing, you know, buttons, zippers, stuff like that, adds a really nice scratched up, kind of weathered look. And the more aggressive tooth one, you can kind of use similar what you're using the Sureform with, but I have found it actually works really well on fur to make it kind of look like that gross, matted, ripped up, kind of greasy look. It tears some of it out. So you basically just repeat those two steps forever. You kind of just keep driving away at it. It does take a long time. It can be kind of boring, and you can feel like your forearms are getting kind of buff from it, but you gotta just keep chugging away at it, especially on those seams, right? So once you're all looking shredded and gnarly, what you're gonna take with all those clothes, take them all, and you throw them in the washer. You'd be like, oh, I thought we were trying to make these look dirty. Yeah, I'm getting there, Jackweed. Give me a second. So you're gonna wanna wash and dry these things like 2 or 3 times. A little bit of bleach helps a lot. That really draws out a lot of the color, and it makes it look like these things have been in the sun for a while. It really adds a lot of age and some funk to it. I like to do 2 to 3 washes, give or take. But if you're lazy, you could just do 1, but I don't know. Fuck it. Next is painting. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Not very good at painting. I know, it's a skill I'm working on. I'm just not very good at it. I don't really enjoy it that much. I feel like I'm kind of just hard on myself, and I can never tell if something is done or not. So I like to mix in the fabric paint with quite a lot of water. It seems to seep into the fabric a little bit easier, and it keeps it from having this like almost brushed on look. You're not supposed to look like you're covered in paint. I like to go for more, you know, dried mud or wet sweat that then got dust on it. You know, you're not supposed to look like you have brown fabric paint on you. You know what I mean? You can use a sponge. I've had some pretty good luck with that, you know, dipping that into the mixture. But this time, I just put a little bit on some gloves, wear gloves, and just kind of scrunched it on there, you know, make it look like it's been kind of pressed into the fabric. And remember, the golden rule.
The dirtier the better.
Cool, let's talk about the weird item that I found at the store that I'm gonna wear incorrectly. I think it's like a helmet for like karate sparring or something. Yes. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the thing because when I wore it, it made me look kind of insane. But I know I wanted to do something with it. When I was looking at it, I was like, what do I like about this thing? And the thing that I came down to was like the caged, you know, face guard thing. Something about that I really thought was pretty cool. So what I ended up doing was actually taking off the face guard and making a piece of like shoulder armor. So this is where I actually ended up using that chrome spray paint that I picked up, let it dry of course, and then started to paint on like a rust to it. Make it look like it's, again, decaying, withering, rusting. That's what we're going for, right? So I ended up dry brushing on some just simple, cheap acrylic paints. When I do rust, I like to do kind of like a reddish brown rust color. First, I like to have that as kind of my base, and then afterwards, once that's dry, come in with more of a green, make it look like, you know, the base layer is rust, but this thing has been walked through and, you know, maybe has grass stains on it or trees and branches have brushed up against it. Make it look like this thing has been out in the world, right? And I love when like pieces of kit are busy. There's a lot of layers to it. And to be real, I probably could have spent all day just making this thing, every little piece look right, but I don't know, this was just kind of a basic thrown together thing. I wanted to knock this out quick. I think it worked out fine. With a little help from some handy dandy zip ties, we have ourselves a piece of shoulder armor fit for any road warrior. Our favorite post-apocalyptic Australians, I think they'd be proud. You know, I had a lot of fun making this project. I might do some different genres in the future, but I really enjoy you know, challenging myself to stay in a specific parameter, you know, whether it's price or time. It was a lot of fun. It's nice to do something that's kind of low stakes, low pressure. Cool, so let's break down the whole thing. The shirt was $5. The cheetah shirt, $10. Gray jacket, $13. Pants, $13. The belts, $10. That helmet thing, $15. The Sureform, $8. The wire brush, $2. The files, $10. Fabric paint, $5. Spray paint, $8. And that was just extra. That was just an extra thing. Coming out to a whopping 99 smackaroos.
The faster the healings, the faster the deliverance, the faster...
And there you have it, y'all. It's a basic wasteland look on a budget. God, it's kind of fucking hot in here. Forehead's gonna be glistening. Hello again. Hope you enjoyed that video. It was a lot of fun to make. Took a lot longer than I thought I was going to, but moving takes up a lot of time. So I'm planning to do a lot more on this channel. Now that the move is over, I'm finally getting settled. I'm planning to do a lot more costume work, a lot more prop work, definitely some little fun, easy stuff in between, as well as making videos on some events that I'm able to actually make. This is new, but I've been enjoying it so far. So if you watched this whole video, I appreciate it very much. And I will see you in the next one.